to talk about the shit show that is the Vcard TCG release. Kind of sucks because I had high hopes for this, but at least they're revamping it. First thing first, this is basically it's a TCG card game where Shy Lily is basically the ambassador of, okay? She's been promoting it, she's on the banner, she's kind of at the forefront of this. Unfortunately for Vcard is that people are now finding out that there hasn't been much thought put into the gameplay. And I've said it before, I've said it when Hololive released their card game. And the thing is guys, there is a lot of money to be done in card games. A lot. And that's why every big anime franchise has a TCG card game, and they're all doing well. Most of them, at least. One Piece is doing tremendous. It's becoming one of the most popular TCG card game. Pokemon is the classic. I went to the anime store the other day. Like, most animes have like a TCG card game now. On top of that, there's a few VTubers that have launched their own card games. Merryweather's been doing one too. And Hololive, their sales are really, really good, and it's shown in their like financial reports, in their stock price is doing very, very good. But I've said it, I've always said it, I wouldn't buy a card game if I wouldn't be able to use these cards in a game setting or in a tournament setting, right? The thing is with Vcard, and this is the backlash that they're getting at the moment, is that it feels like it hasn't been made by people who've played any kind of like TCG game. It's almost like it's been done by people with the idea of, oh, this is probably how trading card games work, but it's not. And a lot of these rules don't make sense. A lot of like TCG players have come up to me to cover this, because some of the rules are nonsensical. There's like a shuffle rule. Also, that is like, if you show up with a deck of like 2,000 cards, you're gonna spend the entire game shuffling your cards. There's a rule where you basically, if you lose, this is an optional rule, but still, it's pretty rare to have that in TCG card games. If you lose, you get to keep your opponent's card. So let's say you have like this special signed Shy Lily card, and you lose, you'd have to hand it over to your opponent. So that's an ouch. So for now, Vcard is really just I'd say it's more of a collector thing. It's not really a gameplay thing. And the thing is, like, you go through their Twitter account and you kind of realize that there's a bunch of card openings. It's all card openings, but where's the tutorial? Where's the gameplay? How do you learn how to play the game? And they ain't any. Now they've released a roadmap, a future roadmap, cause here they said they listened to the feedback and they're gonna revamp the other sets moving forward. The Vcard launch has been incredible, and we're beyond grateful for the community's excitement and support. We've also been listening to your feedback and are working on adjustments to make the game even better. Improvements are on the way. Thank you for being part of the journey. And Shy Lily responds, we're trying our best to rework a few things. Thank you guys for all the feedback. Love you lots. Our ultimate goal for the future of Vcard is to elevate the gameplay experience by expanding card types and enriching every facet of the game. Oh, that's another thing I've seen from, more experienced TCG players than me, is that the elemental stuff with the cards also didn't make sense or didn't have any value. Ensuring deeper strategy, greater variety, and immersive journey for every type of player. Base set launch with casual gameplay. Okay, did they make this roadmap after all the stuff? They were like, no, this was just a base set launch. The next point is a major gameplay update. Changes to reflect in unlimited set. Okay. Set 02 is gonna come out later down the road, I guess. These exciting sets will introduce brand new elements, fresh and dynamic card types, gameplay mechanics, and a growing roster of talented VTuber creators. Thank you for your trust in Vcard. We're excited to expand on all the fun mechanics and VTubers will work on adding for the game. And at the end of the roadmap, they are building towards our competitive game with tournament and event support. Yeah, so there's a great video by Stevie Blunder, who's an experienced player, and he like goes through every single mechanic and why he thinks it's silly. It's a great video, give it a watch. Got a lot of views, was released 8 days ago. It's a little bit long, so I'm not gonna go through all of it on the stream, but if you guys want to check it out, I'd it was interesting. There's also a video made by Nova Okami and another VTuber who's another TCG player, where they basically reviewed the game, and they were very nice about it, but they kind of poke fun at the game mechanic. And these girls play a lot of trading card games, and Nova is very good at card games. So if they say that it's nonsensical, it's probably nonsensical. Shy Lily apparently said on stream today that she has been like hardcore studying other TCGs, and going forward they are making massive changes to the gameplay side of Vcard. Which also means screw you, first edition buyers. Your cards have already been announced 1 week after you bought them to be obsolete for gameplay. All sales are final, no refunds, enjoy. That might be true, but they could also find a way to make the Gen 1 cards useful, maybe? Yeah, she is the ex-V girl, I think. The weirdest thing is that the strongest cards, the VTubers with 10 power, literally don't have any effects, nor do the ones with 9 power. It seems like it's only the weakest card at 8 power that have effects. Honestly, probably would have just been better making this a collectible. Only thing is, it's not an actual game. That's what everybody's saying. It's a collectible, it's not an actual game. If you're a fan of Shy Lily or one of the VTubers, you're probably still gonna enjoy this as a merch. I'm not really surprised this game is a half-baked cash grab, considering Lily made passive-aggressive comments during the lunch stream announcing it's cheaper than other TCGs. It's not, so you should be grateful. There's no way she said that. That doesn't sound like something she'd say. And then proceeded to act surprised every time someone in chat mentioned ordering some. Announcing a major gameplay change like a week after launch is also a big death flag. The only people that will keep the cards profitable for gamer subs will be the oil barons that spend way too much on anything related to their Oshi. That's similar to what Stevie said. He said this is really... It feels like a cash grab for the VTuber Sims. He said, I'm paraphrasing, but he used the word like V-Sims or something. And I think it's in regard to the anti-rule, I don't know how to pronounce it. Because, you know, if you lose your card, then you'd have to buy another one, technically. But I thought that rule was an opt-in, so I feel like it shouldn't really matter. Supposedly, the original plan was supposed to be a collectible card instead of being in a competitive TCG, but it's just so confusing that the goal is so far off from the final product. The game just feel like there wasn't any playtesting and thought put behind the development of this. Let's see the Shy Lily thing talking about it. Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video.
Yeah, you can't compare this to Pokemon because, again, Pokemon had other franchises that they could verify work well before putting stuff in. Same with most other games. We made a completely new thing that is completely unheard of in the market. Target's never heard of a fucking VTuber before. Target is like, what the fuck is a VTuber, bro? Get the fuck out of here. This fentanyl shit is getting out of hand. Target's like, what the fuck is a VTuber? Fuck off, bro. Source me. Teehee. Teehee. So obviously the goal is to have it in stores, also at conventions where we'll be hopefully be able to sell single.
Yes, Rima, that's how PNG tubing works. I didn't know that, okay?
Booster packs. Yeah. Really excited for the future. So the future plan is obviously get it into the stores. Obviously rework the gameplay and unify language and also fix some of the language. And also get the game to have systems and more depth by adding and adjusting rules and adding systems and whatever other ideas we can use to make this a competitive game, because that's the next step, pretty much. Yeah, I got so much potential and I'm so grateful for the feedback because it helps a lot in figuring out what direction people want us to go. Like I said, when we released this, we were like, no one gives a shit about playing this game. But it would be a thrown away opportunity if we wouldn't make at least something out of this game. And then we released the game, and everyone's like, okay, but can the playstyle be harder? And we're like, oh. The irony of keeping it simple so it's easily accessible and then realizing that we dipped our toes in an audience that is nothing like that. We had no fucking idea.
I think Pokemon trading card game is very, very simple. I think it's very, I mean, it depends which deck you're playing with, but like the beginner's deck are like super simple. Like I think I streamed a couple games in my Discord the other day, and some members were watching me, and they don't even play it. They don't even play the game, but they were able to like participate. And I barely played a game, and I could sort of like figure out what to do. It's not. Yu-Gi-Oh! On the other hand is so complicated. It seems like their game rules were simple, but they just didn't make sense. Can't believe Rima stole my V-card. It was expensive. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun.
Yeah, seeing the people wanting to be more complex is a really good sign for the demand and also for the art, because we knew the game was simple. That was the whole intention. So people not complaining about anything art related whatsoever and just being like, yo, where the gameplay at? That's great feedback, because it's like, we didn't even try. This is amazing. We can just hire a department that specializes deeply, in depth onto this. Done. You know, so it's perfect. Also, there's lots of people who make some claims. I do want to shut down some of the claims because they are getting annoying. People claiming the reason they didn't get to buy first edition is scalpers. Now listen. Obviously, scalpers get their hand on a bunch of stock. They always will. But some people's solutions are simply not existent. If those solutions existed or were this simple, every single place would fucking do it.
Yeah. Which one is more complicated, Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, I've never played Magic the Gathering, so I don't know.
No offense, but if the solutions were that simple that some random fucking dude who paused his Marvel Rivals game to go on Twitter going, just limit everything per address, only one order per address, you really think that stops scalpers? Just make a queue. You really think that stops scalpers? You think scalpers haven't figured out how to join a fucking queue? You should limit it one checkout per address. Okay, scalpers are like the only target audience that has virtual offices. How many addresses do you have? Chances are 95% of chat doesn't have more than one address they can ship to. Everything else would just fuck over the customer. Scalpers are the only people that have like 20 million virtual addresses.
That's crazy what they do.
All the fucking time. And all of the addresses are registered in the post office to then reroute to one specific address. Just a PO box, just like one big fat fucking warehouse. You're literally only fucking over the people that need this. That is the only people you fuck over.
There is somebody that made a video on the roadmap saying the roadmap is something.
Vcard folks, Speed Robo here with a little bit of an impromptu video. Vcard just posted their roadmap, and I think it's important to talk about. There's some good points, but most of it's just pretty dang concerning, man, and I wanted to go over it with you guys today. Before we get into the roadmap, though, I did want to start off with some serious positivity and some thank yous. Other content creators out in the TCG space have been talking about Vcard and bringing up its major problems, and this is one of those times where I want to really solidify that joining our forces together when we scream at a major company is how change gets made for the better. You know, the more of us screaming in unison, the odds are we'll be heard by the giant. So I just want to say thank you to Regulus. I hope that's how you pronounce your name correctly. This was a really solid video going over why he thinks that, or they think that this game is dead on arrival. Really solid video. Please give it a watch. Huge thank you to Nova Alkami. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Played the game on Tabletop Sim in a live stream and really showed how the rule set just doesn't really function that much at all. Really good stream. I was there for it. And a very big thank you to Jolt Dragon. These are some of the more positive videos on the Vcard.
So this guy's made a tutorial on how to play Vcard TCG.
Side actually going over the rules and the gameplay. Like, this how to play video is professional enough that I would have expected something like this to be made by gamer subs themselves, but of course they didn't. And Jolt here also made a video talking about the problems with the rules, going very in depth with the issues that you'd have ruling this game in tournaments, and it was a great video. I left a comment on that, really appreciated all of that. So I wanted to get started with that before we dive into talking about the roadmap, which we're going to do, right now. Vcard, future roadmap. Our ultimate goal for the future of Vcard is to elevate the gameplay experience by expanding card types and enriching every facet of the game, ensuring deeper strategy, greater variety, and an immersive journey for every type of player. I'll just let that sentence slide. We'll let that slide. So here's the actual timeline. Base set launch with, quote, casual gameplay, followed very shortly by major gameplay update with changes to reflect in Unlimited set. I think that's supposed to say changes will be reflected in Unlimited set. Then you've got set 2, 3, and 4 that say these exciting sets will introduce brand new elements.
True, like TCG card games are like unlimited money glitch, because if you get people hooked into the game, they become almost like a permanent buyer because the meta keeps shifting. They need to buy the new cards, the new packs, etc. It's like they said, it's unlimited set. It's gonna go on forever.
Fresh and dynamic card types, new gameplay mechanics, and a growing roster of VTubers and creators. Finally, after set 4, we're going to be building towards our competitive game with tournament and event support. Above all, we are committed to ensuring the game's longevity and delivering the absolute best experience possible. We will continue to listen, adapt, and evolve, always valuing our community.
So gacha addiction?
Never overlooking your concerns, your passion drives us, and together.
It depends how easy it is to be able to get the cards that you want. If you have to open a lot of packs just to get the cards that you want, it is sort of like opening loot boxes. It's kind of like a gacha, yeah.
Together will shape an even greater future. Additional promo drops may occur in between sets. So, leaving aside the fluff where they don't say sorry and they're clearly squirming about being caught for releasing slop, let's talk about why I think this roadmap is a terrible idea and just frankly isn't going to work at all. So, to get started, they say that the base set launched with, quote, casual gameplay. If you honestly think that stealing your opponent's cards is casual gameplay, you shouldn't be making trading cards.
I heard that rule was opt-in. Was I wrong? Because everybody's making a big deal about it. Maybe I was wrong.
Hey, Shy Lily, you shouldn't be making trading card games. Then, shortly after, and we're talking 12 to 16 weeks after launch, because that's when the pre-orders
Oh, the price point is also a point of contempt? Is it expensive?
are coming out. You will get your pre-order for Unlimited in 12 to 16 weeks. So they only have 3 to 4 months to get this fixed. Major gameplay update. So, this isn't going to work. They don't have the time to do this. I know firsthand, because I've made this exact mistake before in my career.
Really?
I've screwed up in an identical way to this.
Wait, this guy is a professional. Who is he? Speedro Bro? He's done this before? Wow, okay. Anti-system is now optional, at least. The extremely limited original stock for the base set got rares with 1/1 rarity that you can sell directly to that VTuber. Dude, they wanted this to be NFTs so bad? The Nova stream was a major eye-opener.
I thought that I could release like a beta product and then get fixes and adjustments done for the full release.
Yeah.
You just don't have the time to do it.
Okay.
Especially when your core rules...
You know what? In that Shy Lily clip that we just watched, she did say that I can just hire a department to do it. She seemed to believe that it was doable in that timetable.
Set is Vcard. Nothing works, and frankly, it is an entire scrap and redo. Like, you need to basically redo the entire rule set from scratch if you're going to have a good card game. That's just the facts. So, not only does this make everything from first edition completely null and void from a gameplay standpoint, which, given most of my detractors from the first video, is fine, I guess, but the rules changes for Unlimited are going to be just as rushed and slapped together due to the timeline as it is for first edition. Especially if they aren't hiring any new team or staff or bringing on a professional.
No, they are. They are, though.
It's not going to really be an improvement, to be blunt. I don't see this panning out. Then in set 2, 3, and 4, they're going to introduce new elements. The new card types and gameplay mechanics is totally fine. That's actually fairly normal for a TCG. But the new elements isn't going to work. I genuinely don't know how that's going to pan out, because if you look at their current elements, it forms a complete... There's no... Like, how... When something... Because of how their strength and weakness works on their cards, strength and weakness down here is just reminder text. It never changes. It's only influenced by the element up there, right? So it's already closed. It's already a closed circle. I don't know how you're going to cram something else in there without having to change other elements. Oh, this wiggles apparently. Without having to change other elements' strengths and weaknesses. Like, I hope I'm making sense here, but I genuinely don't see how it's gonna work. Other than not working at all? I don't know.
I mean,
the biggest issue that they have here is they're only going to start building organized play support after set 4. No, your game's going to be dead by that point. And putting even let's just imagine
what does organized play support even mean?
Reality in which Vcard's print quality was incredible, writing was immaculate, and it had the greatest rule set of any TCG ever. Like, it was handcrafted by the gods themselves. The Aztec god of board games, the Prince of Five Flowers himself, descended from the heavens and made this game, right? Let's imagine that universe.
Uh-huh.
Even then, only starting organized play after set 4 is a death sentence for your game. Ask Bushiroad's Dragoborn how it panned out for them. Oh, you can't, because the game died after... Let me check. Oh, 5 booster sets? All right. Most TCGs, and when I say most, I'm talking 90% of TCGs, die either after set 2 or after 2 years on the market.
Oh.
You're not special, Vcard. This isn't going to work. You need organized play at launch, not as an afterthought post set 4. And the last thing I want to bring up is these sorts of roadmaps aren't normal for a trading card game. Normally what happens is you just announce when your next set's coming out.
Okay.
This shit is the territory of NFT scams and half-baked live service video games.
Oh, is that why some people were saying that a roadmap was like a red flag? Dude, I'm learning so much right now. I had no idea about all of this. I do think it's got a lot of potential if they can fix the game fast. Because it's a very pretty card game, and it's cool that it's like VTubers. I think it's cool that each VTuber has its own audience, but it's not just a Neander's V-card game, for example. It's like a bunch of VTubers together. I think that's cool. It's almost like you're pulling in a gacha game for VTubers. I think there's something interesting in that concept. I would like to have the game the cards be playable in a tournament setting or in a competitive game setting. Otherwise, don't market it as a competitive game, just market it as a collectible. But they need to decide what it's going to do. They need to decide what they want to brand it as and kind of stick with it.
You do it. I'll give them credit. This is something.
Yeah, like the basketball games, the basketball cards aren't like game playable cards, they're just like collectibles, right?
Heard us. And they're sweating, and they're shaking, and they know they need to do something. But this is not it. Before posting this roadmap, I think Vcard had 2 viable paths in front of it. Option number 1.
What they could do is be like, okay, we need to rehold the entire game. Set 1 won't be viable to play because we need to drastically change the games. However, everybody who's bought a set 1 card, they're gonna have a credit for the new sets. That's it. That's all they gotta do. Give them a credit. That's it. You'll get something new, something free, or you'll get like the amount you spent on the first set credited on the new sets. That's it.
This is the path I would have taken.
That way they won't be stuck with the like bad mechanics they already put in place or like the small elemental system. That would fix it, I think.
Just ending the scam. Like, look, gamer subs. It's obvious to anyone with a brain, it's obvious to anyone who isn't a VTuber sycophant, that this was the laziest, sloppiest cash grab TCG in human history.
Wow.
There's just no denying it. Own up to it. Cancel Unlimited. Do refunds for those pre-orders. You made over $2 million.
What? But see, he's kind of saying the same thing I did.
Just on first ed. Just walk away. If Vcard just shut the hell up, refunded the pre-orders, and let first edition sit, everybody who bought first edition would still be happy. Because you're either an eBay reseller who already flipped your box for $500, you won, congrats. Or you're somebody who just wanted a card with your VTuber that you like on it, regardless of product quality.
Yeah, true.
You got it. Done. Easy. And then if you're a collector, right? Oh, the product's been canceled. That means my stuff's even rarer. And then you're happy too, right?
True.
If Vcard just shut up, everybody, including me, would have been happy. So that was option 1. Option 2 for Vcard is apologizing, canceling the product as is and doing refunds, for Unlimited and saying, look, we know we screwed up majorly. We didn't think about it. We weren't ready to jump into this industry. We now understand and know that it is a lot more than we thought. It's a lot more than launching a new drink flavor, and we did not respect that.
Yeah.
And we apologize for that.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll be back when we've got our act together. And hire a fucking professional team. Like, that was your other option. Trying to majorly course correct the worst TCG in history while in motion, which is what this roadmap is.
Damn, this is really strong words.
Is a terrible battle plan.
But he seems...
Do not do this.
Seems like he really knows what he's talking about.
Like at the end of all of my videos, I leave you off with a genuine recommendation. And this is today's. If you're working on a card game, and you want to make sure you don't end up like Vcard, head over to speedrobogames.com. Send us an email. We consult on all sorts of tabletop gaming projects, big and small. Set up a time to chat with myself or one of our professional game design consultants. And we'll make sure to get you on the right track. All right, editing Speed Robo, popping in one more time. And this is a little bit of an extension of goodwill to the Vcard team. I fully see, accept, and acknowledge that with the quick adjustment to the rules and the posting of this roadmap, there is a slim chance that I'm wrong, and this was not a EA-style pride and accomplishment product, that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a lazy slop-together cash grab, and that Shy Lily and her team just genuinely had absolutely no goddamn clue how to make a trading card game.
Yeah, I think that's more what it was. It was more so inexperienced than, you know, a rug pull.
And they're just...
Holo has their own card game, and you can get limited Holo TCG cards, but it requires buying a full set, like birthdays, anniversary from official Holo shop. Really? I thought they just had the cards that they sold on their own.
Just trying their best. It's possible. And if that possibility is a reality, I sincerely hope that they hear this message and it gets to them just like it would seem my other videos have gotten to their ears.
Hi, Henshu.
Gamer Sups, if you want to do this right, reach out to my company. We can help. I've been Speed Robo. Thank you very much for watching. I've
Sales pitch.
got an episode of Exploring Card Game Design on foil cards. Vcard does make an appearance in that episode as a negative example. I think that one will be very fun and educational, frankly. And
Fuamoko birthday set, for example, has limited cards. Oh my god, dude, these cards must get grabbed by scalpers and sold for like $5,000 each.
yes, the V Royale reaction is still coming, I promise. I didn't expect this video to have to happen. This roadmap just kind of showed up on Twitter in the past 24 hours, and I was like, oh, well, you know, gotta talk about this, I guess. At any rate, hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, he saw the $2 million and he's like, ha ha ha, I can help you guys. No, but it was a good video. I learned a lot from it. Same with the Stevie Blunder video and the Nova video. They're all pretty good. So I'm glad to get some experts' opinion on that. Go check them out. As for the Vcard, I hope they get to fix their bugs so it's not, you know, totally obsolete. And I do think it could be... There is future in TCG card games for VTubers. I think it could work if it's done properly.